Welcome to Strip Cover Lit. I'm Adrian Fort.
And I'm Dalton Gentry.
You can't do this for very long.
Why are we doing this? I don't understand you. This is Variety Hour.
Don't yell.
You always yell at me for yelling.
You're yelling.
I don't yell. I talk loudly.
You're yelling again.
Anyway, Variety Hour,
persecuted.
where we talk about things that no one seems to care about. And we either go two ways, apparently. We either have serious Variety Hours, where occasionally people are like, oh, very insightful. I always wanted to know this. But most people are like, this is stupid. Just tell stories about yourselves and make fun of each other.
Yeah, no matter what we do, people seem to get pissed off.
I'm okay with that.
Okay.
What would you like to talk about this week in Variety Hour?
I don't know. You got anything?
I do. Our hometown, our town we lived in, my hometown, and the town that we lived in, went to college to, has made national news.
Yeah.
St. Joseph, Missouri, the St. Joseph News Press has endorsed Donald Trump for president. The USA Today actually ran an article saying that this little town's newspaper in Bumblefuck, Missouri, is one of the only media sources that has endorsed Donald Trump. And I am just so proud of my hometown.
Yeah. I'm against media endorsing anyone. Doesn't that go against what a newspaper is supposed to do? A newspaper is supposed to present you with both sides.
Oh, we don't do that anymore. That's not the way news is run anymore.
I just don't understand. I don't understand the impetus behind that.
Turn on Fox News any day of the week and find both sides.
Well, that's fine. No one takes television seriously, and you shouldn't. But newspapers are the source, man. Newspapers are where it's been from.
When we were in college, you used to be able to swipe your student ID and you could get a copy of the KC Star, St. Joe News Press, and the student paper.
Yeah. Or in the business building, you could get the New York Times.
Really?
I believe it was the New York Times, or was it the Wall Street Journal?
I think it was the Wall Street Journal.
It might have been the Wall Street Journal.
I'm less interested about the Wall Street Journal. The New York Times I would have been all about.
Yeah.
But that was something that I always really enjoyed doing, is before I went home for the day, I'd stop and grab the newspaper. So I'd go home and skim the articles, see if there was anything worth a damn reading. I don't have the newspaper now. No one I know has a newspaper subscription.
Especially to the St. Joe Press.
Especially to the St. Joe News Press.
Now, when I was up there, the Kansas City Star was bigger in St. Joe than the St. Joe News Press.
And the Kansas City Star is actually a pretty good periodical. It's not bad. However, since
it's a fairly decent rag.
It's fairly decent. Since we've been talking, short stories, literature, and whatnot, I have found myself picking up the New Yorker more often, or going to the website to read the short stories.
Right.
And I would love to have a subscription until I saw the price. I'm like, oh, I can't afford that.
How much is the New Yorker?
I think it's pretty steep. If I recall, I could look it up right now, but it's not, you're spending $0.25 a day for your newspaper or something like that. It's an investment.
Okay.
But I believe that comes with a bit of prestige. You're paying for the prestige of the New Yorker. Yeah. Anyway.
Speaking of investment and prestige, one of the things that I've been working on very hard and I hope to be able to launch before November is a literary planner.
Yes.
A day-by-day planner that has a quote of the day, a writing prompt of the day, a little box where you can write how many words you wrote that day, and a little box where you can write how many pages you read that day, just to sort of keep track of yourself. Right?
Yes.
Because as a writer and a reader, these are two places where it's easy to wake up on a Thursday and realize you haven't read since Sunday, or haven't written since Sunday because hell broke loose and this, that, and the other. And when I finish this, we're going to email it, because Dalton's the one with the crank-operated email machine. We're going to email it to everyone who is a patron before November. Now, why November? That's NaNoWriMo. So I figure if we can assist anyone who is trying to jump on the NaNoWriMo page before then, that's what we're trying to help. Is anyone on that bandwagon. I will not be on that bandwagon this year. I am not doing NaNoWriMo.
We'll get into NaNoWriMo in just a minute. But no, I think it's a great idea. It is a literary planner, a literary calendar, day-by-day breakdown that is going to be available to our patrons. So we are going to send that out to everybody. And hopefully after November, this will be a monthly occurrence.
I'm working hard to make that a reality.
Yes.
I am not the most technologically advanced individual.
Yes.
But at that point, after November, it will be anyone who is a patron at the $10 or above level.
Yes, just a little extra thank you that we're going to send something out. NaNoWriMo. Have we told the NaNoWriMo story yet?
I don't know if we have or not.
Let's tell it again. It's been that long. So, today is our 1-year anniversary for the conception of Stripcover Lit.
Yes.
1 year ago today,
October 20th, 2015, I made the journey up to St. Joseph.
Yes.
Where we shared a coffee and talked about BookTube.
And we said, what could we do with BookTube? Maybe we should start a channel. This is our 1-year anniversary from the first time we sat and met and started to plot this out.
Are you misting up?
A bit, maybe. Sorry, it's very impactful. It's mainly because this is all I've done for the last 365 days.
You just needed a strong man in your life.
But anyway, we say, when can we launch? We got to launch as soon as possible. The sooner the better. We just got to start getting out there. And I say, but Adrian, November's coming. Let's do NaNoWriMo. And you say, what the fuck is that?
No, I didn't. I've known what NaNoWriMo was since I was in high school.
Well, maybe it was more along the I'm not fucking doing that.
Yeah, that's what it was, Dalton.
And I say, no, Adrian, this is a great opportunity before we venture into this world of letters where we review books and we start talking about writing. We should really just pump out a novel. We should experience this, and we'll have something to talk about. So we did.
No. Shortly after you said all of that, I said, you're a fucking fool. This is gonna fucking suck. I don't think you have any idea what you're in store for. But okay.
Okay. So we did.
Yeah.
We wrote, and we wrote with a fervent passion. And then, mid-November, we maybe missed a day because we have lives and we had to work, and schedules got flipped, and we're doing overnights and day shift. And then one day turned into 2 days, and we're going to catch up those 2 days, but we couldn't do it, so we had 3 days. And we both
3 days at 1,666 words a day.
Yes.
Becomes very imposing.
And we both failed. Yeah. Because NaNoWriMo is pure insanity. The concept behind it, I like. It gets you to sit down and write X amount of words a day.
And there's no shame in failing NaNoWriMo.
Absolutely not. I wrote more in that month than I have ever written.
Yeah.
I wrote a lot of trash. That's what a first draft should be. Yes. That's my pretentious laugh.
Oh my. Here we go.
But NaNoWriMo...
Tell us, Dalton.
Shush. But NaNoWriMo is coming back.
Yeah.
And a lot of people on BookTube are doing NaNoWriMo, and hey, all the power to you. We think that's great. We will not be participating, because at this point, I am out of time.
But I thought aren't you launching a writing series?
Yes.
Is that where you're going with this?
Yes, well, okay. I'm segueing. Give me time. I just don't have the time to sit down daily and write 1,600 words. I'm sorry. If they invent an 8th day of the week, I'm about it. As long as I don't have to work my real job that 8th day of the week. But I will be trying to bring up a series. We did have a bit of a mention that in October we'd like to write a story. Kind of a friendly writer challenge. Write a ghost story, much in the nature of Mary Shelley's Frankenstein. So we're both kind of dabbling around with this. You started writing.
Yeah.
I'm still wanting to sit down and film this and to get everything, the full writer's process. So I will be doing a series called Novel Writing with Dalton, where we're going to be starting from the beginning all the way through, hopefully, the completion of a novel and the full experience. My tips, my strategies, what I'm doing, what I think is working. It could just be a train wreck. There may just be 5 minutes of me crying. We'll see what comes of it.
Now, if I can offer any bit of advice, the writing process for a novel has to be a daily thing. You have to have a daily word count. Otherwise, you're just not going to do it.
Yes.
And it will be one of those things that if you ever do finish, it will be 10 years later.
Yes.
So, if you are sitting down to write a novel, that's why the structure of NaNoWriMo is so... exerts such a magnetic force towards writers.
Yes.
Because those first 3 or 4 days,
they're euphoric.
They're euphoric because you're actually producing it. At the end of 3 days, you have a piece that is longer than many, many short stories that you've read. Right? So you feel like you're well on your way to a novel.
So my goal with this novel writing thing is I cannot do 1,666 words a day. I do not have the time at this point to do that.
Right.
My goal is to write daily. Whether that be...
You have to set a word count.
It's just to sit and write daily.
I am telling you. Well, that's fine if you're a short storyist or a poet.
Okay.
That is not going to work for the novel medium.
We will see what comes of this. And hey, maybe after week 1, I'm going to have to sit down and be like, all right, we're doing 500 words a day. Something along those lines.
Because at the end of week 1, when you've got 200 words, you will look up and realize... Oh.
By the end of November, I'll be like, I have a great title.
Right.
I've worked it, I've revised it. It's a good title, but I haven't started writing that story yet. But it's just going to be my experiences. I am not... I don't pride myself as a writer. So I've not really embarked on this many times before. So I think that could be beneficial to some people who are very apprehensive about getting into writing, who are questioning some of the things that I think I question when I sit down and start writing. And we'll see where that goes from there. It might be great. Additionally, because, time, The Aristocrats.
Yeah.
We talked about The Aristocrats last week, and just a sea of people have already subscribed to The Aristocrats, which is awesome.
And by a sea, Dalton means slightly less than 200.
Approximately 10% of our current subscription base has gone to The Aristocrats.
Being from St. Joe, the idea of 200 people seems like a veritable sea.
I give you that. With no content. That's the thing. So
let's not brag about that.
It's awesome.
We got no content.
People have faith in us. They're excited to see what we're going to produce. So we will be launching that in early November. We've talked to the other cast, Matt and Josh. There'll be more of the staples. There may be some random people there every now and then. Somebody might not be there some days. But myself, Adrian, Matt, and Josh will be the 4. So we've talked to them.
The fearsome foursome.
The fearsome foursome.
The 4 horsemen.
The 4 horsemen of the Aristocrats.
The four donkeysmen.
Donkeysmen? I like that. But we've kind of been rolling around the ideas. We may start dropping some...
4 assmen.
I like the 4 assmen. We may be dropping some, trailer reactions, shorter, simpler videos.
Which seem to be a staple of the movie community on YouTube as much as, for example, TBRs.
Yes.
Or book hauls are on the BookTube community of YouTube.
We genuinely didn't expect when we said, hey, this is available, we haven't put anything up yet, but it's coming in November, that people would immediately subscribe. So I'm like, okay.
We feel indebted now.
So we feel like we need to at least give you something, a taste of what is to come.
Right.
And hopefully that will go well. We'll see. Have we mentioned what the films we're hitting first?
We have not.
Should we?
Yeah, why not?
Okay. We've selected 4 films for the month of November, and there may be more added. We're not sure how this is going to go.
We're breaking into new ground, right?
Test run.
We gotta test the ice.
But we wanted to hit some classics that we know a lot of people had seen, that a lot of people would be interested in watching reviews on. But we also wanted to make sure that we hit a new release.
Yes.
So, would you like to take away with this?
Well, the first movie that we will be dropping on Movie Channel in early November is a full-length review of Doctor Strange, what will be the latest installment in the Marvel Cinematic Universe. This is a movie that I am very excited to see because I've heard nothing but good things from people who have seen test footage. The trailers are extremely different than anything else that has happened in the Marvel Universe. And it seems to be a very personal story. Still awake there?
Yeah.
A very personal story in what may at many points in many other franchises have turned out to be just an excuse to make a movie full of spectacle.
Okay.
But that does not seem to be the case here.
Okay.
It seems to be a movie that is very character driven.
Okay. So we do have Doctor Strange. I'm looking forward to that one.
Yes.
We will also be doing a full review on the cult classic, The Rocky Horror Picture Show, starring Tim Curry, Susan Sarandon, Meatloaf. It's going to be fantastic. I don't care if none of you like it and you all just want to sit there and complain about it. I love that movie.
Anytime I have an excuse to get Dalton in fishnets, I think we have to take it. So.
Yeah, that's understandable. It's completely understandable. Also,
well, we're talking about crossovers with our BookTube channel, and one of the big ways that we can do that is with a movie such as Fight Club. One of my favorite movies of all time, one of my favorite novels of all time. We have played with the idea of a series about book versus novel.
Yes.
We are still working on the details of that. We are working on the details of where that video would fall, what
novel
channel
versus
would be.
film.
Right, novel versus film. What did I say?
Book versus novel.
Wow, did I say that?
Yeah, it's one of those days.
Holy moly. But yeah, I think that this opens up the door to do a lot of videos about cross-media interpretations of the same text.
Yes. And finally, we will be doing Star Wars A New Hope, Episode 4, the classic that started the franchise. A lot of people are really excited right now for Rogue One. That's coming soon. I thought Force Awakens was wonderful. Have you seen that yet?
Yeah, I saw that.
I enjoyed it. I really did.
It was okay.
All right. But we're going to start with Star Wars Episode 4, and we'll probably work our way through the series eventually.
Yeah.
So that's just what we've got coming interim. Those are 4 that we're very confident about. There could be more.
We're sure we're going to get the Harry Potter series.
Oh, yes.
Is that where the Harry Potter watch-alongs are going to drop, or is that going to drop on...
I think we'll probably put them on the movie channel.
Okay.
If people would like to hear a full running audio commentary of Adrian reacting to Harry Potter.
Adrian reads Harry Potter, Adrian watches Harry Potter.
Yes.
Adrian's life is ruined, Dalton is innocent of all.
And that may just be you and I, just watching the film.
Yeah, I think that's probably going to be...
And just very riff tracks,
yeah,
if I would say. But we do have 2 other people who we have mentioned it now and then. Our good friend Matt is what we're going to be calling our film expert. He is an educated man in the film.
He's what we're going to call our film expert.
Yeah, we're just going to call him that. But no, he does have a degree in film study, so we're hoping he can bring some insights in that. We also have Josh, who is our film fanatic. The man lives movies, worked at a movie theater, has seen more movies than I've ever even heard of.
Now, what was the title that you addressed me as in that tweet?
I believe the educated scholar or something like that.
The insightful writer.
The insightful writer.
And Dalton was?
I was the pretty one. So if that doesn't sell you right then and there, I don't know what will.
Basically, what we had to do is Adrian couldn't take all of the titles, so he had to bestow his upon other people.
Indeed so. So I'm a little flustered.
Because we couldn't call Dalton the second prettiest one. That's
So I'm a little flustered right now. I have to address this here since we may have seen a little flustered during this video. We were filming a video before this, a review video, and 5 minutes into the process?
Yeah, we have no idea how long that review is going to be because of the interruption that we faced.
It's going to be like 3 minutes long. 5 minutes into the process, I just hear a car horn, like somebody's laying on their car horn, and I'm like, that's totally going to pick up on the microphone. That's going to be terrible audio quality. So we pause, and we stand up. It
doesn't stop. So we stand up.
And look at Adrian's picture window over here. And across the street from Adrian's abode is a McDonald's. And in the McDonald's, there is someone who is like stopped and is blocking the drive-thru. And the man behind this woman is losing his goddamn mind.
Going nuts.
He can't get his Big Mac and he is about ready to lose it. They're out of the car at this point, yelling and screaming at each other, honking horns, flipping each other off. So we're like, okay, that was nice. There went 4 minutes. Let's just sit back down, get on track, start filming. As soon as we say a word, your neighbor, like, cranks his TV up as loud as it will go, to the point it's so loud that I'm pretty sure it's going to pick up on the microphone as well.
Yeah.
So, I was having a good day.
And then you were having a conniption fit.
And now I'm pissed. Because this is what happens.
And from your story, just a small critique as storyteller. I'm not sure your description does justice to the immediacy of the McDonald's. It is not across the street. It is literally as soon as the parking lot stops.
Yes.
For my apartment complex.
Yes.
My apartment complex, parking, McDonald's.
I could throw a rock and hit the drive-thru.
Yeah.
Yeah.
No, you can throw a rock and hit the building.
This is accurate.
You wouldn't even have to be on my porch. You could be in here.
And that is considering my rock throwing skills.
Right.
But I'm furious about it, and I'm hoping it's not, going through in video form right now. Now that I've addressed it, I'm talking about how pissed I am about it.
I think it probably is.
I'm okay with that. But we had a good week.
We did have a good week. We're having a good month.
We bought books.
Lots of books.
We bought more books than I know what to do with.
Lots of books.
We have a book haul coming soon this week.
Which is a genre bender.
Right? It's going to be life-changing.
Yeah.
It is the biggest book haul on BookTube.
It's going to have the most drama of any book haul on BookTube, right?
Absolutely so. So pick your sides now.
Team Adrian.
I'm just saying, if you'd like to join Team Dalton, the correct decision, you might as well just solidify your response now.
All right, Dalton, but I am the pretty one.
Whatever
you're the pretty one on Movie Channel. I'm the pretty one here.
Whatever you need to tell yourself. Whatever you need to tell yourself.
Yeah.
What else you got to talk about in Variety Hour this week?
Putting in a lot of work on individual films, individual BookTube videos lately.
Yes.
So hopefully that pays off. Did a handful of the quickie reviews.
Good.
I really enjoy that formula.
It's a good format. It really is.
I really enjoy that formula.
I'm a little disappointed because our Variety Hour, we usually talk about what's going on in our lives, what's going on in the world around us. We have been so breakneck speed on BookTube right now, we have nothing else to talk about but BookTube.
Well, and my work schedule is flipping back and forth. It was flipping back and forth on a weekly basis between nights and overnights.
Yes.
Now I am strictly stuck on overnights.
So you're dealing with switching your sleeping pattern.
Yes.
And the one time that, you go to overnights, which is what I live on, I switch to days for the entire week.
Yeah.
Being on day shift and then dealing with my mother and hanging out with her. I'm exhausted. There needs to be more time.
Well, and see, I don't know that this overnight schedule is going to be necessarily that bad for me because my previous schedule was noon to 9.
That's terrible. That's a bad schedule.
Yeah. I want you to work noon to 9 for a month and tell me what happens to your life in that time.
Yeah.
You can't wake up at the right time. You can never go to sleep at the right time. Everything's wrong.
I like overnights. They work for me. Because what time do you get home from your overnight shift?
5:30, so about 6 I'll be here.
Really? You have I work 11 p.m. to 7 a.m.
Yeah.
So I usually get home 8 a.m. I go to sleep, and I don't have to set an alarm. I wake up when I want to wake up, which is usually around 3. I have the whole day to do whatever I need, and I just go to work that night. That's fine. If I have something planned, I can either stay up, just kind of flip my schedule a little bit, or it's whatever, it works. But your days off, I just keep my schedule.
Yeah, you have to.
You have to, or else you'll just break yourself down.
You will be a wreck.
But overnights works because what does Dalton do? What does Dalton enjoy? Not dealing with stupid people. I can go to Walmart at any time and there's no lines, there's no one there. I can just get my shopping done and leave. Dalton enjoys going out and having a couple drinks. Hey, my schedule is like bread on nights. So when the bar closes, I'm good. I mean, if you want to do something else after this, I'm good. I can read in peace because it's always quiet.
Yeah.
I can write, same factor. And casinos are always open.
But you can only drink on your days off.
You can only drink on your days off. That's correct.
Because who's going to be drinking at 2 in the afternoon, right? It's like you can't do that.
We I'm gonna tell a little story on myself here.
Oh,
sorry,
yes.
I got southern.
Got some St. Joe.
I've worked overnights for 4 years now, with a brief vacation in between. And at one point, we said a good group of people that I enjoyed working with, why don't we have a couple drinks after work? That's what people do. They have drinks after work. So at 7 a.m., we get off work and we go to my house and we have a couple drinks. And we're having a great time. And 10 a.m. rolls around. And we're like, you know what? Restaurant down the street serves alcohol. They just opened. Let's go. You walk into a restaurant already kind of buzzed at 10 o'clock in the morning and order a pitcher of beer, you are immediately judged for the rest of your life.
Oh, yeah.
I cannot go in that restaurant again. Like, I had to order, be like, I would like a pitcher of Blue Moon. I work overnights. Like,
it's all right.
I had to, put that in there as, like, I didn't just wake up and need this to get through the day.
Right.
But you are correct. You can't really drink after your shift.
Yeah.
You just have to go home and sleep and hopefully get through the next day.
Well, and you can't, one of the things that I have done from time to time is used alcohol as a supplement to writing.
Yes.
Right? It loosens you up and allows you to flow. I have a no drinking while I can see the sun rule in my life. It keeps things from getting too out of hand.
Fair enough.
So the only time I could drink would be immediately before work. And if you think it's bad to show up at a restaurant at 7 in the morning or 10 in the morning and ask for a pint of beer, I guarantee you showing up to work smelling like a pint of beer.
That will be worse for you. That will be absolutely worse for you. It is a little unfortunate because there is a lot of stuff that happens at night. Because I also work weekends.
Yeah.
I don't have weekends off. So, I mean, people are going out, getting married, doing a lot of things that I don't get to go to.
Yeah.
Because, hey, I got to be at work, in an hour.
Yeah.
Sorry about your luck. But it's all right. You'll get used to it. I'm, now that you're permanently on nights, I'm looking to shift into days. So,
yeah.
Way to go, us.
Yeah. It's your fault, really.
Everybody blames me.
Well, I've lived by your schedule for an entire year now, and I haven't ever gotten a word of thanks.
Live by my schedule?
I have, Dalton. We tape by your schedule. We talk by your schedule. All of our interactions are by your schedule.
If you say so. I'm going to disagree with that wholeheartedly. May I bring up yesterday? Because today is not our normal film day.
What happened yesterday?
Yesterday we go out and we go do these the bookshops because we're going to do this huge haul video. It's going to be great.
Now here, hold on, because let me inform the audience what I'm waiting for. I am waiting for you to turn you saying, "Hey, why don't we film tomorrow?" into my fault.
Let me finish.
Go ahead.
So you come to St. Joseph. We're already late into the day, and I get a text message that you say, "Hey, I'm in town. What are you doing?" I'm like, "I'm coming to buy books with you. It was my idea. What are you doing?" Obviously not a message for me. Obviously you were wanting to go see someone else, talk to them. So I said, Adrian, why don't we just not film today? We're already behind. We've accomplished a lot. Why don't we just come down? We'll film tomorrow before we both go to work. It'll work out peachy keen. I'll go home, spend some time with significant other, cook her dinner. You go do whatever Adrian does when I'm not around. It'll be great.
Lies.
That is exactly what happened.
The story of what happened with the text message is true. The lie is that as soon as we were in person and we breached this, so you didn't want to come down and film today, I told significant other I'd cook.
I didn't say that I told her I'd cook. I said I wouldn't mind going home and cooking for her.
You said you told her you'd cook.
No, I didn't.
At no point. Okay.
No.
We're gonna have to leave that there, or we're running out of time. In fisticuffs.
So, clearly what everyone needs to do is just right now say Team Adrian, Team Dalton, whoever's going to have the better book haul, because I'm going to prove you wrong, because everybody's going to side with you, but my book haul's phenomenal.
Don't forget to like and subscribe this video. Don't forget to follow us on Twitter at StripCover and on Facebook at StripCoverLit. And if you click a link in the description below, there will be a link to the Aristocrats channel. That is the movie channel that we're working on, which will hopefully have some content relatively soon.